It's less than 4 weeks to the biggest football mondial on planet Earth, the FIFA World Cup. And Qatar is the destination's top players, coaches are ready to slug it out for who becomes the next world team of the year. Of course, the winner of the World Cup becomes the world team of the year. And where would the money be on? Super Eagles not participating, but of course some African contingent. Brazilian national team showing that they're not leaving no stone unturned to ensure that they win this one. The French national team, name it, top team slugging it out. Where will the pendulum swing? Time will tell. On that note, I welcome you to Sport Pizza this week, where you get the absolute best in the ever exciting world of sport. My name is Brownson Uwana, your host. And of course, the league in Europe is absolutely buzzing. Now, in England, in Spain, Italy, Osimhen, I mean, what a finish that was last weekend. We'll give you some analysis of what to expect on the show. Basketball is also on the menu. Don't forget Formula One. All that will be coming your way after this break. So don't go away. I'll be right back. The greatest football showpiece lands in Qatar as 32 teams slug it out or become the next world champion.
The World Cup is a platform where gladiators meet for bragging rights.
Now talking about bragging rights, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Robert Lewandowski. Now how can I forget Kylian Mbappe, top players to look out for.
Will the dietitian be able to make it happen for France this time around? How about Roberto Martinez from Belgium? Not forgetting, from the African continent, Aliou Cisse from Senegal.
Catch all the analysis
right here on Sport Pizza.
Welcome back. Now let's start the show, but of course the show can't start without bringing in my strike partner, Olakunle Philip. He joins me at this time. Kunle, good to have you on the program today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brownson. It's great to be here to talk sport. It was a fantastic weekend I had with some interesting games. It's good to know that the under-23 team were able to hold their own out there in Dar es Salaam. And of course, Victor Osimhen, that goal by that young man really made my weekend worthwhile.
I must tell you, even though we are into the next week already, but lots of talks about what happened last week and about how that fantastic goal made sure that Napoli sat top of the table. But first, let's start the show by giving you a road to Qatar. And in the past 2 weeks, we've looked at Group A and B. Now, because of the closeness to the World Cup, maybe next week we'll be looking at two groups. But today on the program, we'll look at Group C and exciting pairings we have. In Group C, we have Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and of course, Poland makes up Group C. Now, in Group C, most people want to give it up to Argentina. But of course, when you have a team like Mexico and Poland, you just want to be careful, trade carefully. Fantastic. Now, let's look at the fact that Messi has come out to say that this would be his last World Cup. Let's start from there. Messi's last World Cup, and Argentina is under pressure to deliver World Cup. Messi hasn't won this for his country, and do you think the pressure will be on his shoulder to deliver this one?
Yeah, absolutely. The pressure will be on his shoulder to deliver, and because he's the most recognized player in the Argentine national team right now, and with all the achievements he has been able to record at club level. Yes, he was able to reenact by winning the trophy, the South American trophy.
Finally got one for his country.
He got one and was really a very good one for him. And it will be very interesting. It will be good if he's able to really play and, of course, ensure that Argentina wins this one. He will not be doing it alone. They've got players like Luciano Martinez. They've got Angel Di Maria also in their ranks. These are quality players that can actually stand the test of time. Everyone, if you're looking at the teams that the pundits are giving the World Cup to, I think Argentina is one of them. Even in the FIFA ranking, they are third, and they've actually won the World Cup on two different occasions, in 1978 and of course in 1986. So I think for Argentina, for Lionel Messi, they stand a very good chance, and they're highly rated to win the World Cup.
All right, highly rated to win the World Cup, even though the last time, 1986, most of our viewers were not even born. Yeah,
they had
the hand of God by
the hand of God
Maradona. But
by
what was Messi born in 1986? How old is he now?
Yeah,
I think it's 37.
30,
Yeah,
36,
probably was born around that time.
Yeah,
the last time that they won the World Cup. And now also, don't forget, Kule, top players will also be playing their last World Cup. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Robert Lewandowski,
Absolutely.
and which other top players again that have made name in the ranks. Now, top players.
And the interesting part is that Robert Lewandowski is playing in the same group with Lionel Messi. So it's really, I think, for Group C, it's really going to be exciting. Poland looks like one of those teams that, because when you look at all the 4 teams, they are ranking, like I said, Argentina is ranked 3rd in the world, and we've got Mexico, who are ranked 13th, and the Mexican team are always a hard nut to crack any day, anytime. They've been absolutely prolific. They've won, they've played at the World Cup, they've made 16 appearances, and of course they came 2nd in the CONCACAF qualifying phase. And they also got some good players in their ranks, the likes of Raúl Jiménez. They've got Héctor Herrera. These are quality players in their ranks. And then if you look at what they've been able to achieve, they've not been able to win the World Cup. They hosted it in 1986, and you saw the way they played and the way they've been playing. So they stand a very good chance also of qualifying in that group. And Poland is ranked 26th.
Kule, apart from Robert Lewandowski, you have Wojciech Szczesny, who is doing very well. And of course, if you look at their strike force, they've got some exciting players. The midfield very compact. So it's unlike the first 2 groups that we've analyzed, that probably 1 or 2 teams happen to be the strongest. In this Group C, you have Mexico, whom you've analyzed and seen that they're very prolific, got some good players. Now you've got a Polish national team who are very good in Europe. They have a striker who is scoring for fun right now with FC Barcelona. You now have an Argentine national team who has stars scattered everywhere in Europe. So, if it was Champions League, I would have said, okay, maybe they thought to go to Europa. But this is World Cup. Only 2 teams qualified.
Absolutely.
But let's look at the magic of Poland. Do you think Poland have got all it takes to come out of this group?
Yeah, they've got what it takes. But when you look at Mexico, I think Mexico seems to be a bit more formidable than the team. Yes, they've got Czechs, they've got Robert Lewandowski, who is scoring for fun in Europe. But they say a tree does not make a forest. You might have all the players, you might have, just like we have Ireland, with his team. It's not, he's just one of those few players.
Is Alan going to the World Cup?
No, he's not going to the
World
Cup.
I'm talking about
him and the fact that his country are not going to the World Cup because they don't have the players that can harness his performance, that can actually make those goals count, that can create those chances for him. That's why I'm saying that probably we might just see the best of Poland, the best of Robert Lewandowski, if they've got quality midfielders that can actually, and when you look at it, they don't really have that quality in the midfield. Well, we wait to see how things will pan out. We are not talking about a particular team who makes up that group.
No, I was going to talk about Saudi Arabia. Due respect to Saudi Arabia, they have a very good league. So we have Nigerians playing in Saudi Arabia league and all of
absolutely.
that. So not taking anything away from them. They are a very fantastic team. Big teams fail to qualify. But Saudi Arabia made it to the World Cup. So any team that wants to look down on this team will do that at their own risk.
Yeah, they will do that at their own risk. And in terms of the ranking, when we look at the ranking, they are ranked 51st in the world. The World Cup titles, non-World Cup appearances. They made 5. This will be their 5th appearance at the World Cup. And of course, they've got a good coach in person of Averena. Averena is not is a familiar person to teams, to the continent of Africa. Winning the African Cup of Nations. He has actually coached teams like Morocco, teams like Cote d'Ivoire in the past, Zambia.
Yes.
He was the one that led the Zambian team, when they won the African Cup of Nations. So I think that those experiences and those things they've got will really propel them. But against formidable teams like Argentina, like Mexico and Poland, I think it's going to be an uphill task for them to qualify from the group.
An uphill task indeed. Now, Group C, we have Argentina, Mexico, Poland, and of course, Saudi Arabia. Which teams makes your top 2? In my prediction, I think Argentina and maybe Mexico would go through. Kunle thinks in. But let's see how well this one goes. That's the much you can take on our road to Qatar 2022. At this point, let's take a very quick break. We'll be back with the rest of the program. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, last week it was reported that Cristiano Ronaldo walked out of his Manchester United team at around 89th minute when his coach asked him to be part of the game. Ronaldo walked straight to the tunnel, and as a reaction to that, he was banished for one game, and that sparked a lot of reaction from some Manchester United legends, some fans, and different pundits around the world. Lots of people criticized Ronaldo for walking out of the team, and some other people's school of thought feels like the coach Ten Hag hasn't given Ronaldo the kind of respect he deserves. But Kunle, look at the saga. Ronaldo wanted to leave, and Ten Hag spoke to him and asked him that, of course, it's part of his team. But we've seen week in, week out, Ronaldo has no, of course, maybe he's got 1 or 2 starts this season. But I mean, in terms of we understand that Ronaldo is a player that teams are built around him. But we understand Ten Hag is trying to make a very bold statement. But in my opinion, if you feel this guy is not part of your plan, you should let him go respectfully. He's a Manchester United legend. There's no point trying to give a dog a bad name because you want to kill it.
Yeah, I'm surprised at what is happening with Ronaldo at Manchester United, because I think that when the transfer window was on, he wanted to leave, and there were news that Ten Hag came out and told him that, look, I want you to be a part of my, you're going to be in my plans, and all of that. And you know, there was a time that even before he moved to Manchester United, he wanted a move to Manchester City, and the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson came and told him,
halted that move.
Come on, you are a Manchester United legend, and you should never play for a team like Manchester City, who happens to be
a City rival
to your team. So I think that what is happening, why Ten Hag has chosen not to play him, leaves much to be desired. You're telling a whole Cristiano Ronaldo to begin to warm up in the 89th minute against Tottenham Hotspur. If you watch the last few games they played, they've been, for me, the most consistent team. Apart from the loss they suffered against Manchester City, they've been holding their own, and going out there to even get a draw was good. But you know, you have some players who, for me, Ronaldo will have fared better than playing some of those games. A player like Rashford is not prolific. It's not as clinical as Cristiano Ronaldo any day, anytime. We've watched Rashford play one-on-one, and you play it straight to the goalkeeper. You make the goalkeeper look good. You create the chances, and players like Rashford fumbles all through the games. For me, even the game against Chelsea, one would have expected Manchester United to win that game convincingly because they dominated. But the strikers will always squander those chances, and this is where you need Ronaldo. And you've just decided not to play Ronaldo. It's a lot. You know, when you talk about some certain players, when they are at that age, they are careful.
Yeah.
They don't have that passion anymore like
but
they do before.
But Ronaldo is different.
Ronaldo is different.
You can see the passion he wants to play.
He's training.
As a matter of fact, for me, it appears to me to be even more fit than people that are 27, 28.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I think that, like we said, if Ronaldo had moved to Manchester City, I'm telling you, there might not have been. I think he will have scored as much goals as Haaland has scored, because the midfielders, Kevin De Bruyne,
you get the supplies,
created more damage chances for him to convert. So I think it's very disappointing. I'm convinced that no one will be able to convince Cristiano Ronaldo to stay when the transfer window opens in January. I think it will, but you know, whether what happens before that time is what we don't know, because the way things are going, it looks like Cristiano Ronaldo is not in Ten Hag's plan at all.
And of course, the coach has also come out to say that even after the saga, that Ronaldo is still part of his plan.
Who is deceiving him, bro?
Ronaldo is still part of his plan. That must surely be a political statement. Now, also in Serie A, big thing, Victor Osimhen, fantastic winner against AS Roma last weekend. Now, that goal, that's an highlights goal.
Bronson,
fantastic game of football.
It's a fantastic game, and I love the way you talked about it. Your coach, Jose Mourinho, came up with a pattern, a style of play that we've known him for. He played defensively, tell the players, hit at Napoli players at any given opportunity.
Were you there in the dressing room?
That is the way we've known him to always play.
Were you in the dressing room when he asked them to kick Napoli players?
Chris Smalling almost injured Victor Osimhen in that game.
So Ronaldo asked Mourinho asked him to
that's
injure him.
the style. That's the style. That's what we've always known him for, and it didn't work. It didn't work in that game because Napoli looks like, I think this is the best season for Napoli to win the league. Because right now they are playing the game of their lives and they look stronger than the Napoli we've seen over the years. Though AC Milan are coming very close. They are winning games plenty right now. But kudos to SSC Napoli. They've done massively well. And that goal, come on, Bronson, absolutely breathtaking. Dispatching Chris Smalling. Chris Smalling has held on to Victor Osimhen almost all through that game. And just as
split
seconds, the ball went into the net. A fantastic one for Napoli.
Fantastic one for Napoli, and of course they also stand a chance of winning the Scudetto this season. Now, time will not allow us to look at Real Madrid's wonderful run in La Liga. I mean, fantastic. A team without their top strikers, and they win games with more than one goal. You must say that looks like the title in La Liga is already up for the taking. Now let's move away from football quickly. Now it's been a very difficult moment for LA Lakers as their struggle continues. 3 games still yet to record a win. Sad one. Maybe the 4th would be a good one. Now in Formula 1 also, Max Verstappen is showing is making strong statement that he's got all it takes to win the title, and also the team is also making sure that they get in good position for the constructors standings. But again, it's just for another week.
At least we have been able to see some good players that we can actually, that can move to the other 20, and of course from there to the Super Falcons. We've got players like Opeyemi Ajakaye, who has been outstanding in this tournament, and even the last under 20 World Cup, we've got players like Oyenezide, who has also moved to and the other defender has also, these are players they've been moved, promoted to the senior national team of of Nigeria, talking about the Super Falcons. So I think players like Opeyemi, there's Taiwo, there's Miracle, there's a certain player in the name Edidium. These are very, very good players, and I think that, like I said, in the nearest future, it will just be difficult to take away our dominance from us, because with the way we've actually seen players playing the under 20 tournament and also in this ongoing under 17 tournament, I think in the nearest future we are still going to continue to dominate Africa, and of course, whether we'll be able to dominate the world, time will tell.
Now let's talk about the main national team. Talking about the women football, draws was held last weekend, and I must tell you that the draw is not something that I'm very happy with, because Group B for me seems to be like just like what people say, the group of vets. If you look at the quality of the teams in that group. Now, don't forget that the tournament will be hosted by New Zealand, and New Zealand is around the Australian continent now. That means that we'll be watching the games very early in the mornings, say 4, 5 to 10 a.m. When those games will be played because of the time difference. But of course, we have to wake up very early to watch those games, right? Now, also to put of note that the World Cup will be played between the 20th of July to the 20th of August 2023. So we have at least 10 months to prepare for this one. So I wonder what will be the excuse of the new NFF for putting up very fine performance. Now in Group A, the host nation New Zealand will take on Norway in the first game of the group. Now other teams in that group also include Switzerland and Philippines. Now Group B, that is considered, by me, that like the group of death, has the likes of Australia, who are very, very strong team as far as women football in the world is concerned. You have Canada, a very strong team from the American continent, who are very, very good in women football. You also have Highland, who are also a very strong team from Europe, and of course the African powerhouse Super Falcons of Nigeria in Group B. In Group C, we have Spain, Costa Rica, Zambia, Japan. Group D sees England in the playoffs group. The winner is really not decided who qualifies. Playoff between the group will still go on. In Group F, we have France, Jamaica, Brazil, and there's a playoff to decide the other two teams, the other one team that would join France, Jamaica, and Brazil. Now, Sweden will take on Sweden, South Africa, Italy, Argentina, makes up Group G. And of course, the last group, we have Group H, that sees Germany, Morocco, Colombia, and of course, South Korea in the group respectively. Now, as time progresses on the program, in a subsequent program, we'll look at analysis of these teams, the group, and of course, chances of this team making it to the next round of the tournament. Kule, thank you so much for being a part of the program today.
Yeah, it's always my pleasure to be here.
All right, with that's the wrap on the program today. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and a special thanks to all those that have been sending us email. Thank you so much. Your email makes us feel very, very good. And to our social media platforms, it is absolutely buzzing. If you have not followed us on Facebook, go to Sport Pizza and like our Facebook page, where some of this conversation will be taken to. And of course, as a fans, you have a chance of also putting your voice and your thoughts on some of the things we've spoken about today. Now go to our YouTube channel, it's Sport Pizza. Don't forget to subscribe. It is absolutely free. You can watch our previous content, and don't forget to drop your comment on the comment section. My name is Brownson Owana. Thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again next week, please stay safe.